Hey everyone, it's Flak. Battlefield has always been a game focused on intense vehicular combat, so we expect a lot from Battlefield 5. The game's reveal trailer and concept art showcase quite a few vehicles, so let's take a look at all the vehicles we know about so far. Before I get into it, this is not an official list, and it is subject to change. If you want to know which weapons we've seen so far in Battlefield 5, you can click the link on the screen. So, let's start with ground vehicles. The tank with the most screen time in the Battlefield 5 trailer was, without a doubt, the Churchill. We actually saw several variants of the Churchill tank in the trailer, including the turretless 3-inch gun carrier with an uprated gun and the AVRE with the 290mm petard mortar. Both of these tanks possessed machine guns for infantry defense. Developers also confirmed behind closed doors that the flame-throwing Churchill Crocodile variant will feature in Battlefield 5 as one of the reinforcement vehicles for the British. This version of the Churchill could shoot a stream of liquid fire over 130 meters. The smaller British Valentine tank also makes an appearance in the trailer. This vehicle was used extensively in World War II, but it lacked the armor and firepower of traditional Churchill tanks. Both the Churchill and Valentine saw service on a variety of fronts, including North Africa. Discovered on a vehicle selection screen shown during the reveal, it appears DICE will also be adding the T-17 Staghound armored car. The T-17 was actually an American design, but it saw service with British forces. This armored car featured a 37mm gun in the armored turret, as well as a pair of machine guns. Concept art also likely reveals the Willys MB will be showcased with Battlefield 5, which could also hint at the inclusion of the long-range Desert Group. The car in the concept art features dual-mount Vickers K machine guns with a Browning machine gun at the back of the vehicle. For German tanks and armored vehicles, the Tiger I tank was spotted in the Battlefield 5 trailer wielding its massive 88mm gun. The Tiger I actually entered the war early enough to see action in North Africa, where its armor and armament went completely unmatched. Secondary weapons included two MG-34s. The Tiger I chassis also formed the base for the monstrously powerful Sturmtiger. With a 380mm rocket launcher, this beast fulfilled a role similar to the Churchill AVRE. Historically, the Sturmtiger's secondary weapons included machine guns and a grenade launcher. It appears in Battlefield 5 as a reinforcement vehicle unique to the German faction. Also featured in the trailer and concept art is the Panzer IV medium tank. This workhorse saw service on all the major German fronts in World War II and was generally equipped with a 7.5cm main gun and two MG-34s. There are a ton of different variants DICE can bring to Battlefield 5, and we do actually see a Panzer IV equipped with spaced armor in concept art designed to provide additional protection. Another vehicle spotted in concept art is based on the Panzer IV chassis, the Hummel self-propelled gun. This mobile artillery featured a 15cm heavy field howitzer mounted in an open compartment for the crew. It was also equipped with an MG-34 for close-in defense. Meanwhile, the Sonderkraft Fahrzeug 251 makes an appearance in the game's trailer. This half-track armored personnel carrier was used in many roles, including as a mobile rocket launcher. Nicknamed the Walking Stuka, this variant actually appears in Battlefield 5's concept art. It generally featured 6 300mm high-explosive rockets and a machine gun for defense. For small German vehicles, the Kettenkrad is featured prominently in the Battlefield 5 trailer. This half-track was used for all-terrain transport and could seat 2 soldiers in addition to the driver. It was generally unarmed, but it was able to reach a maximum speed of 44 kilometers per hour. If you watch closely in the trailer, you could also see a Kubelwagen. This 4-seater sometimes featured a light machine gun. The trailer also briefly showcased an Opel Blitz truck, though I'm unsure how exactly that will fit into the gameplay of Battlefield 5. For airplanes, it looks like DICE is breaking up aircraft into 3 categories, basically fighters, multi-role aircraft, and light bombers. For the British, we see the Spitfire appear several times in the Battlefield 5 trailer. This iconic aircraft typically features 4 303 Browning heavy machine guns and 2 20mm cannons. Meanwhile, the Mosquito appears in a vehicle selection screen for Battlefield 5. This aircraft was used in a variety of roles, including light bomber, fighter bomber, and night fighter. Some variants were even used for reconnaissance. Armaments varied widely depending on role, which means DICE can go quite a few directions with this versatile plane. For the light bomber role, the British Blenheim bombers featured in the game's trailer. In concept art, DICE showcased a variant of the bomber with a quad pack of machine guns located below the nose. This allowed the Blenheim limited fighter and maritime patrol applications. The C-47 transport also makes an appearance in the Battlefield 5 trailer, flying high above the battlefield. This aircraft is synonymous with airborne troops, but it also saw use in World War II as a cargo plane and a tug for gliders. For the Germans, a couple aircraft have been spotted in Battlefield 5 promotional materials. The Messerschmitt Bf-109 can be seen several times in the trailer. This fighter was well equipped to deal with foes, generally sporting 2 machine guns in the engine cowling and a 20mm cannon firing through the propeller hub. A superb machine, 105 Bf-109 pilots were each credited with the destruction of more than 100 enemy aircraft. There's also the Stuka dive bomber, which appears to be an option for the German faction in Battlefield 5. The one shown in the trailer isn't equipped with the underwing gun pods, but they do appear in concept art for the game. The Stuka was vital to German victories earlier in the war, providing aerial fire support for mechanized ground forces. There's also the V-1 flying bomb. This buzz bomb carried an 850-kilogram warhead and was the terror of London in 1944. It appears in Battlefield 5 as part of the game's reinforcement mechanic. Lastly, there's one more airplane to mention that doesn't suit the game's 2 confirmed factions, Germany and the UK. In Battlefield 5's concept art for Rotterdam, there is a lone Fokker D-21, identifiable by its fixed landing gear, radial engine, and Dutch markings. The D-21 was very maneuverable, and during the German invasion of the Netherlands in 1940, Dutch pilots were actually able to shoot down several dozen enemy aircraft with the D-21's 4 machine guns. It's not clear if the airplane will actually feature in Battlefield 5. As we talk about vehicles, it's important to remember that many vehicles share the same chassis or other base designs in World War II, and that means DICE can offer a ton of gameplay variety through different vehicle variants. Which vehicles in the video are your favorite? I'm also curious which vehicles you'd like to see added in Battlefield 5, so be sure to tell me that down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. If you want to help out the channel, sharing on social media like Facebook or Twitter goes a long way. And as always, thanks for watching.